talking about football, and hopefully we have a healthy year for everybody, and fun year. And hopefully we have a different title game this year. I'm tired of seeing Alabama Clemson.
I don't know, but I hate to say this, but I think it's going to be chapter 3. I really honestly can say that. But you know what? Who knows? Who knows? Because who knows what's going to happen? Alabama may have a bad year. You may have an injury that may cause them not to make it. It could be Georgia this year.
Right.
I mean, it could be, it could be Miami. It could be somebody that we don't even talk about. I mean, you were talking about Utah. I picked them to win the Pac-10 this year, and everybody thought I was crazy. Wait a minute. Utah was in the championship game last year. Why can't they win the conference? Because they were in there last year, and they have the same, basically almost the same team coming back. So they're a hot and upcoming team too. But then again, you have Oregon. Their quarterback is a Heisman Trophy candidate this year. So we don't know. Again, being that it's week 1, we'll have to kind of, wait and see what happens. But it would be nice to have another 2 teams that haven't been in the national title game before play for each other instead of seeing Alabama comes in again. But I just have a funny feeling in the back of my mind that's going to happen again.
You and me both. And I don't blame you, bro. I actually picked Oregon, Utah in the Pac-12 championship. I picked Oregon winning it, but I definitely think it's a closer game than what some think. Utah is actually really underrated, and they're actually really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if Utah pulls out the Pac-12 and goes to the college playoff this year.
Yeah. Well, who do you have, bud? Who's your 4 playoff teams? Just off the
Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State, Oklahoma.
Okay. I really honestly believe this year is the year that Michigan beats Ohio State, but I could be wrong.
Trust me, I'm a Miami fan, so anything positive with Ohio State, I don't like. So
don't blame me. I don't blame you on
that one. If anybody can knock Ohio State off, man, I'm happy with. I don't think they do it, man. My sleeper team, I don't really say they're sleeper because they have some expectations too, but the team I can see other than Ohio State winning is Penn State.
That's See, that could be the dark horse in the Big Ten this year. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And a lot of people are high on Nebraska, man. A lot of people are saying, they could be the team that Ohio State or Michigan or, whoever faces in the Big Ten championship.
That's Scott Frost. He coached UCF and he got a chance to go back to his alma mater. So, yeah, I've heard a lot of praise from a lot of Big Ten fans that say a lot that Nebraska could be that team that no one's talking about, and they're going to be the team that everyone, will have issues beating this year. So it would be nice to see Nebraska, be there because again, we all remember Nebraska being in the Big Ten, with the Oklahoma and Texas and that conference. So to see if they go into the Big Ten winning games, then that would be great.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they could very well. I don't know if their quarterback is that guy yet. I'm not doubting he's probably really, really underrated. I don't know if you could truly trust him yet, or if he's gonna be a turnover machine. If he matures, he could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Nebraska has the talent, so it's not like they're just a team that's struggling behind everybody else. They definitely could be somebody with a force. But, like you said with Wisconsin, man, they got a running back that's just a monster, So,
yep.
I just think right now Ohio State, until somebody else can take over the reins, is just that team to pull it off, And obviously, I mean, that Red River shootout is going to probably dictate the Big 8 or, the Big 12, but
Big 12, yeah.
Yeah, whoever wins that Red River Shootout, man, is it's probably gonna be your Big 12 champ at the end of the year. So.
Well, I mean, if you remember last year, but they flip flopped. Texas beat Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma beat them in the Big 12 championship.
Yep.
So they flip flopped it last year. So if that happens again this year, which really outside of those two, I don't really see anyone else in that conference doing anything. Baylor's they're not even close to being back. Kansas really isn't anything. I mean, TCU might be the one who might show something. But other than that, I don't. In the Big 12, it's either going to be Oklahoma or Texas when it comes down to the end. To my opinion,
I think your West Virginia takes a step back.
Yes.
With their coach going to Houston now, I've heard they really have problems this offseason with looking like how they used to. I think you had them falling back a little too. TCU, their defense might still be strong, but I don't know if they have the playmakers on offense. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know, man. And then there's just nobody gonna knock Alabama and Georgia out yet. People talk about LSU and Auburn. And don't get me wrong, man. Both are, Texas A&M is another team. That SEC West is by far the most brutal division in college football. There's no doubt about it. There's 5 teams that could win it at any moment. You know what I mean? But until somebody can beat Alabama and Nick Saban out of that division, which has been quite some time, I don't see it happening, man. And Georgia is just, I think they're just a step above everybody at this moment in the East. So just like Clemson, I don't think there's nobody right now in the ACC that can even, take that step with Clemson. Even as much as, I want to say Miami can get there, it's just not this year, man. I don't doubt Miami can make it to the ACC title game, but to beat Clemson, that's, whew. Man, I was there 2 years ago in Charlotte. It was not pretty.
Do you think, Bud, that Syracuse might have a shot at beat Clemson? Because they always seem to give Clemson fits.
Well, they beat them. What was that? 2 years ago, I think, or that?
Yeah.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of their coach, man. I think he's very underrated, and I think he can do great things in Syracuse. But I think, again, he has to recruit better. I think he has to get more talent in there. And I don't know how good their quarterback is this year, but I know they're replacing their, Eric Hutz or whatever it was last year. Dual threat kid. That kid was a monster. He was a playmaker. I just don't think they'll have that this year. I just don't think. I think they'll still be a 9 to 10 win team. But I don't know if they have it, man. To beat Clemson, I don't know. I just don't see nobody right now beating Clemson in the ACC. I think they go 15-0 again.
Oh, I don't disagree with you at all. I think you're right on that. Syracuse gives them some kind of fit sometimes, and again you can look right now, and again, you're watching the game. I got the NFL on. But, they, who knows? Like I said, any given Saturday, anybody can beat them and shock them. Who knows what will happen down the stretch. But as of right now, I don't see them losing to anybody. I don't see anybody beating Alabama either. Again, LSU, Texas A&M might be the dark horse in the SEC West this year. A lot of people are giving them a lot of clout. I mean, I've seen a lot of people have them finishing second behind Alabama, which, I don't think you can count LSU out. I think one of the toughest stadiums to win on a Saturday night is in Baton Rouge in Death Valley. It's very loud there. I've never been there personally. I've heard that it's very loud. Of course, they caused an earthquake or something like that a few years back. I don't know. But again, and again, I agree with you. I think after seeing Florida this past Saturday, they're going to have a huge they'll have to improve hugely if they're going to beat Georgia and Jacksonville this year. I actually had them losing to Georgia this year again. I just don't see that. They don't have the talent quite yet. Kirby Smart's a good football coach, so I don't see that happening this year. Next year, possibly. I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to see Georgia win the SEC championship and take Alabama out, but Alabama still might get in the playoff even if they lose in the SEC title game. So who knows how the committee's going to go, who they're going to pick. I mean, I definitely think that maybe in the future it may need to go to, say, a 16 playoff where you have at least one team from every Power 5 conference going, and then you could pick the extra team, say, from one of the Power 5. Or do you go on a stretch and take a UCF team or a Boise State team, somebody on the outside? Because remember now you got Notre Dame in the independent. They're independent, so they're always in the thick of it at the end of the season. So I don't know how they would do that, but I could vision in the next few years you having a 6 or 8 team playoff down the stretch, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, will that happen? And again, and the sorry thing is it all comes down to money, how they're going to make their money, and they'll figure that out that way. It's pretty crappy that it comes down to kids that don't get paid to play football if they make it to the next level. But they are being, it is the most profitable sports organization on the planet is the NCAA. They don't pay their players.
Mm-hmm.
They sell more memorabilia than anybody. So
right.
It's just, it sucks, but that's the way, it comes down to. It's going to be who can make it richer. Okay, so if we make it 6 teams, okay, we can bring 2 more programs and they're going to get paid to play in a bowl game.
Right.
Or if we bring in 8 teams, sooner or later it's going to be 8. I will probably say this, and again, I don't, stamp this down and sign it. I could see them stopping at 8. I don't see it going to 10. I could see it stopping at 8, having 8 teams when it's all said and done, But I like the 4 right now, to be honest with you. I like the 4, the 2 games and the national championship is played. You got, your 5, 6, 7, and 8 seed teams get to play the New Year's Day game, so that's fine. To me right now, college football is the way it is. I guess if you want to look back to, the BCS where you had, all kinds of teams in there, from the, back in the day when you were supposed to have the 2 top teams in the country, but it didn't always end up like that. So, we, like you said, you've been watching football for 20 plus years. I have also, so I've seen everything change. And I think as of right now, the state of college football is where it needs to be, and it's only going to get better. And the funny thing is when we turn the calendar to the fall, or it's supposed to be fall, not here in Florida, it doesn't really turn fall. We just have summer all year round. It's cool because now we have high school football on Friday nights, college on Saturday. We got pros on Thursday and Sunday and Monday. So for a football fan, this is our time of the year. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to get to a high school football game this year. I haven't been in a long time. My school that I graduated from got a new stadium. So I'm going to go see a game this year. I haven't been down there in a while. So I'm going to go see a high school game this year. I'm looking forward to that.
Let me know where it's at, man. I usually attend the high school game on Thursday or Friday every week. Every week. So let me know because I think I'm going to try to get down to Armwood.
Okay.
Probably within the next couple weeks and go check out some of my young kids down there. And, just let me know, man, because I'm definitely always open for high school football. And,
I will, yeah. I'll look at the schedule and I'll let you know when I'm going.
All right, cool. Because I could probably get us press passes so we can get on the sideline.
It'll be a give, so it'll be in St. Petersburg. I don't know if have you ever come down this way to recruit anybody from
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's where I graduated from. So I'll be going there. I know